Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for Braden in a car after having too much coffee. Morning traffic edition. We are in good old almost standstill traffic, still on the Illinois side this morning. Touch and go. It is dark. There is like these low-lying clouds just making it extra dark this morning. As you can see by basically not seeing. It's dark. So this morning, in the dark, gotta remember to unplug that, because it seems like when it trickles up to power, it wants to shut off. Sorry. Riding in my car here this morning in the dark, I was listening to some Pacific Islander music, some wonderful ukulele playing, and it made me want to be on an island in the middle of the ocean. Very much so. This was the NPR's Tiny Desk concerts. They put it out as a podcast and a video. I'm just listening to it on the podcast. It's absolutely beautiful music, and I want to be out somewhere on a beach, in the middle of an island, because like immediately after that podcast played, the next one queues up, and it's immediate. The stock market is crashing. We're all gonna die. Ah! I turned it off, and that was it. I've been sitting here in silence, in the dark, because I just wanted to like sit and revel in beautiful music for a little while. I guess I could have come back and actually listened to it again, but it was nice enough just to sit and remember the music that had just played for me. So I recommend on this dark, kind of dreary morning, listen to some wonderful ukulele, acoustic guitar, what have you, music to calm your nerves and go into work this Wednesday morning nice and peaceful. So I'm sure out in the Pacific, there's a lot less worry about diseases spreading. I guess not if you're a touristy place like Hawaii. Well, some of the islands of Hawaii anyway. I assume there would be less people traveling altogether, but just a non-touristy island, if there's those, would be a nice place to be right now. Granted, they probably don't want you there because you don't live there. Ugh, excuse me. Need more coffee. Haven't had too much yet this morning. Haven't had any, to be honest. But then I kind of started thinking about like homesteading and living off the grid and all these fun things. Not that I'm in like panic mode. Those are just kind of things that I'd love to do. Just in general, whether there's a pandemic going on or not. Going out and living in the woods, away from all of this, the traffic, the lights, the camera, the sound. Granted, if I lived out in the middle of nowhere, I would probably still talk to a camera somehow, just because it feels like I'm talking to somebody then, right? But homesteading, if you think about it, you got your three major needs kind of figured out in this day and age of technology. You need water, first off. Well, rain collection systems and ways to purify that water are fairly readily available for you to own in a small batch that would be able to work for you. Essentially a rain collection system just from your gutters. If you had more or less clean gutters into a tank that is then purified for your drinking water, you got water covered. Power might be even easier. I say easier, but really you need solar panels, right? Solar panels would be a great way to collect, and then some sort of battery power for storing of power. And then food. Food, the other great need, well, raising animals. Essentially, it becomes a farm pretty much right away, right? Chickens always seem to be the first ones to come to mind just because you're getting eggs all the time. Breakfast is almost more or less covered. So maybe these giant cities just weren't as good of an idea as we thought. Maybe we should all be self-sustaining homesteads out as far away from each other as we can. And then none of this pandemic type stuff would be any worry whatsoever, because we would all just not be in each other's germ pool. The arch in the dark this morning is kind of cool, I'll admit. If that sensor on that camera was a little bit bigger to take in a little bit more light so it wasn't as grainy, that would be a really good shot. So, what are your thoughts? Do you want to move out to the middle of the woods? Do you want to move to your own island? I think people would start to argue that, well, there's a fourth need. Do you need the internet? No, you don't necessarily need the internet. And this is coming from a guy that says he grew up on the internet. Like, maybe that's why I'd be so quick to leave the internet, is because my upbringing was being from the internet. And now I can move away from my hometown and be elsewhere. I don't know why I'm getting so like eclectic this morning of being not. This isn't philosophical or anything, but I almost feel like I'm borderlining there just because, like, listened to some great music this morning. And that's how it is. I wish everybody to have a great musical diet, let's put it that way. Diversify what you listen to sometimes, and you would be surprised some of the great gems that you can find out there. Well, with that, I think we will cut it here. Everyone, drive safely. Have a great Wednesday. It's gonna get up into the 50 or upper 50s, so I'm told. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's some funny of the days today. So, I mean, there's oatmeal nut waffles day. I mean, everybody had oatmeal nut waffles for breakfast, I'm sure. Worship of Tools Day. Everybody loves tools. I mean, those two are perfectly fine of the day things, right? Right. Am I right? Yeah. But this last one is, I found it to be the most ridiculous. It's a no smoking day. No smoking day. What does that even mean? No smoking day? Hey buddy, don't spontaneously combust and smoke. You're not allowed to smoke today. Don't set yourself on fire and allow smoke to escape anywhere around you. You can't smoke today. It's no smoking day. Ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. All right, we'll leave you with that. This has been Braden in a car after having too much coffee. Why are you broke? Oh, it's broke. What'd I do?